Hey, what's up, you fabulous folks? Michael here with Breath Tap. We're doing another tapping video, baby. So, I was having a text message exchange with somebody close to me today. And what I was becoming aware of quickly was that they were just arguing for their limitations. They were arguing for why they can't do this, why they won't do this, why they're not capable of doing this. It's a very negative mindset and thought pattern that I was aware that they were doing, but they weren't even aware of it themselves. So it was very frustrating to me because I'm coming from a place of like possibility, a place of doing, acting, believing, right? And so it was very hard for me to keep my cool, right? Because it was in a way I was letting it bother me, right? I was kind of giving my power away to it a little bit because I could see through their messaging that they were totally making up excuses, procrastinating, and I think for them in particular, it's really just rooted in fear and having a very tight comfort zone, very habitual negative thought patterns. And what's even scarier about it is they're not even aware of it. They actually consider themselves a very positive person, um, just from historical conversations with this person. So it just goes to show how powerful your subconscious mind is at hiding things from you. I could see it because I'm kind of in this field, right? I work with the mind of myself daily. I work with other people and their mindsets and things that hold them back, limitations. And so when somebody starts arguing for their limitations on something that's completely you would think is doable and simple, um, it could be concerning. And so I was like literally tapping, just reading. I was doing the discrete tapping, just reading some of their text. I'm like, man, it's like almost sadness that I was feeling for them. But anyway, I thought let's focus on this because a lot of us do this, and at some level we tend to argue for our limitations out of fear, out of not believing, having limiting beliefs, different experiences we've had in our past that tell us, no, you're not worthy, you're not good enough, you're not capable, right? There could be so many reasons why we argue for our limitations, which equals procrastination, which equals not taking action, which equals being complacent, which equals not growing and expanding and moving forward, right? So it could be very multifaceted. It could stem from many different things. But let's start tapping now on this to become more aware of it. Because when you see someone arguing for the limitations and they're not even aware of it, it's scary. It's so ingrained in their subconscious that they're just being themselves, and being themselves mean they're holding themselves back and they don't even know it. So let's tap. Maybe you hold yourself back in some ways. Let's start there, and then I think I'm going to do a second video on this and expand on it. Let's start by trying to become more aware, tapping into the subconscious mind. So let's start tapping. So here we go. Nice deep breath in and let it go. Even though I may sometimes argue for my limitations, I love, honor, and accept myself anyway. And even though maybe there are times where I am defending and arguing my limitations and I don't even know it, and it holds me back in life, that's sad. I love, honor, and accept myself anyway. And even though I may be holding myself back, regularly telling myself and others that I cannot do it, I'm not capable. Here are all the reasons why I cannot do it, whatever it is. I'm arguing for my limitations, and it's bullshit. And I may not even be aware of it. I choose to love, honor, and accept myself, and I choose to start to become more aware of how I'm holding myself back. And I choose to catch my attention consciously when I catch myself arguing for my limitations. Sometimes I argue for my limitations. I give myself and others reasons why I can't do it. It doesn't even matter what it is. When I argue for my limitations, they become mine. Those limitations become ingrained in who I am. And the more I argue for how limited I am, over time, it becomes a part of who I am. My life becomes limited when I argue for my limitations. When I defend my limitations to others, it becomes a part of who I am. Let's face it, I'm holding myself back. These limitations are mine. I'm going to defend them at all cost. I'm holding myself back. I'm holding myself back. I don't like the way that sounds. I certainly don't like the way that feels. Perhaps I've been arguing for my limitations for years, maybe even decades. Arguing for why I cannot do it. Why I will not do it. Why I'm not capable, not smart enough, not skilled enough, not physically fit or healthy enough. And guess what, Michael? Say your name. When I argue for these limitations, they become mine. They are excuses that I am signing off on. It's like I have a written contract in front of me. Here are all the reasons why I'm not capable of doing it, why I don't deserve it. And then I just sign off on the bottom. Yes, these limitations are mine. These excuses are true. To me, I've created them. They've become my own obstacles. And then my subconscious mind over time says, let's just make this an automatic thought pattern so you don't even have to think about it. I will argue it for you, and consciously you won't be aware of it. I have well-ingrained limitations and excuses deep within my mind and body. I will argue and defend for them at all cost. Nobody can change my mind. These limitations are mine. All these limitations and excuses are mine. Therefore, I will not grow. I will not expand. I will not create more greatness in my life. I will not take more risk. I will not do it. Sam, I am. Felt like I was doing a Dr. Seuss rhyme. Anyway, I've created the limitations. I've argued these excuses, and I've ingrained them in my subconscious mind. And it's time to become aware of this. From this point forward, I now choose to become aware of when I am arguing for my limitations. I choose to become more aware when I'm making excuses to myself and or others. I choose to become aware when I'm saying I can't, I won't, I'm not. From this point forward, I ask my subconscious mind to help me become consciously aware of these limitations and excuses. They are not serving me. I choose to let them go. I choose to become more aware of these limitations and excuses, these thought patterns that hold me back, cause me to procrastinate, cause me to live in a very tight comfort zone. I choose to become more aware of these from this point forward. I choose to become more aware of my limitations and excuses from this point forward. I choose to tap into my subconscious mind and ask that it make me aware of any time I'm arguing for my limitations and excuses so that I can release them and change them and create greatness from this point forward. In body, mind, heart, and spirit, baby. Tap those wrists together. Let's do it. Yes. Nice deep breath in. Oh yeah. Let it go. All right. Become more aware. See what comes up and tap on it moving forward. We'll do some tapping together too. All right, folks. Have a great day. See you later.